In the world of mirrorless cameras, a small whisper can electrify entire communities. Filmmakers get excited. Photographers start planning. YouTubers and content creators wait for the next big thing. The latest unexpected revelation about the highly anticipated Sony a7V has created a massive shockwave. It is unlike anything we have seen in years. What everyone assumed was wrong. It was initially assumed to be a safe, predictable update. Just a minimal refresh in Sony's long-running A7 series. But this camera has suddenly transformed. It is something vastly more powerful. It is innovative. It is potentially revolutionary. For months, many creators expected a disappointment. They expected Sony to recycle the familiar 33-megapixel sensor, put into a slightly redesigned body, tweak a few internal menus, maybe upgrade the processor just a little, then ship it as a routine refresh. But now, all those previous assumptions have collapsed. Why? Thanks to a surprising leak. A leak that seems to have slipped out accidentally. It was unplanned. It was unexpected. According to newly surfaced insider information, the Sony a7V is reportedly launching with a partially stacked 33-megapixel sensor. This is a monumental upgrade. This one decision instantly reshapes everything. Everything we thought we knew about Sony's mid-range hybrid strategy. This is huge. A partially stacked sensor means several things. It means dramatically faster sensor readout. This is the key to video quality. It means a huge reduction in rolling shutter artifacts. Rolling shutter is the wobbly video effect. It allows for smoother autofocus calculations. It promises better low-light handling. It promises improved dynamic range. And the biggest relief for filmmakers is coming. It is the long-awaited, much-requested full-frame 4K at 60 frames per second with no crop. This is a feature filmmakers have begged Sony to deliver. They have begged ever since the a7 IV launched. The a7 IV had a frustrating APS-C crop in 4K 60p. If you understand the technical implications of this change, then you know how massive this is. The older sensor inside the a7 IV had a painfully slow readout, roughly 26 milliseconds. This slow speed caused problems. The infamous gel-like wobble, skewed vertical lines, amateur's distortion during fast pans or action shots. It was the biggest flaw in an otherwise excellent camera. But a partially stacked design is different. This technology is usually reserved for higher-end Sony Alpha or Cinema models. It brings the readout speed much closer to the 10 to 15 milliseconds range. This suddenly positions the a7V against serious competitors, against the powerful Panasonic S5X, against the Nikon Z6 III, against the Fujifilm X H2S, even against entry-level cinema cameras used by indie filmmakers. What is even more unbelievable is the way this information leaked. It was not a dramatic reveal. It was not an orchestrated marketing stunt. It was not a cryptic teaser. It came out casually, almost thrown away in conversation during a live stream. It seemed like someone with insider access accidentally texted or mentioned private details. Without realizing, they were revealing one of the biggest mid-range camera upgrades in years. The moment the phrase partially stacked sensor was uttered, the mood changed instantly. Thousands of Sony users clipped it, reposted it, analyzed it, and shared it everywhere. Overnight, the mood shifted from skepticism to hope, from disappointment to excitement, from doubt to near certainty. Near certainty that Sony might finally be preparing to reclaim the hybrid camera crown. For creators, this news changes everything. People who rely on the Sony ecosystem. For everything from travel vlogs to product reviews. Many had paused upgrading their gear. They did not want to invest in new bodies. They wanted to know if Sony was truly innovating, or simply recycling aging technology again. Now it makes sense. The new sensor was real. It was ready. It was available, but Sony intentionally held it back. They held it back for the a7V. They did this for product segmentation. But for hybrid shooters, this is the perfect time. People who have built entire workflows around the E-mount ecosystem, who own multiple Sony lenses. The promise of the a7V feels like the upgrade they have waited years to see. The promise includes many things: a partially stacked sensor, a faster BIOS processor, improved color science, better the remal stability, enhanced subject recognition driven by AI, more reliable full-frame 4K 60 recording, potential 10-bit 4:2:2 internal capture, upgraded IBIS performance, smoother object tracking autofocus, updated menus, refined heat dissipation, improved touch controls. The Sony a7V no longer looks like a refresh. It looks like a genuine next-generation hybrid camera, built for the modern creator. Even though open-gate recording is unlikely, the fact that we are finally getting uncropped 4K 60p is a massive relief. It is a major advantage. It could pull countless creators back to Sony. Creators who were considering switches to Lumix or Nikon. The authenticity of a leak is what makes it believable. It did not feel scripted. It did not feel exaggerated. It felt raw, unfiltered, and completely unplanned. In today's rumor-heavy environment, that is exactly the kind of leak that tends to be real. If the leak is real, then the a7V is positioned to become one of Sony's most successful mid-range cameras ever. A camera that will attract filmmakers, photographers, vloggers, wedding shooters, travel creators, and hobbyists who all want incredible performance without paying flagship prices. Many are already re-evaluating their upgrade plans. Switching ecosystems requires massive investment, investing thousands of dollars in new glass, recalibrating color workflows, learning new menus. If Sony finally steps up, there is no reason to jump ship. If the Sony a7V launches with the rumored features, partially stacked sensor, vastly improved rolling shutter, uncropped 4K 60, faster processor, better IBIS, improved heat management, refined ergonomics, new AI-based tracking, it will be a massive success. This could easily become Sony's next best-selling hybrid camera. The excitement continues to grow. This single leaked detail has sparked more anticipation across the Sony community than anything Sony has officially said in years. It has transformed the a7V into one of the most anticipated full-frame releases in the entire industry right now. The possibility that Sony may finally deliver the hybrid camera creators have been dreaming of has made this release one of the most exciting moments in recent camera history. If you like the video, subscribe, share the video, and hit the bell icon like that. In my best opinion, the leak confirming the partially stacked 33MP sensor is the single most defining factor for the Sony a7V. This engineering leap effectively solves the rolling shutter flaw of the previous generation while enabling the highly demanded uncropped 4K 60p. This move is a strategic masterpiece by Sony, as it uses advanced technology to deliver flagship-level video stability and speed without forcing users into the expense of a fully stacked sensor, positioning the a7V to instantly become the benchmark for professional hybrid shooting in 2025.